Where are the clients' yachts? All right, so I just read an article today about some guy who I don't know anything about him, but he's on YouTube and he's bringing assets in to be managed. Has over like $1 billion in money. Is managing and whatnot, and his YouTube is his lead generation, as is mine. I don't deny that at all. But it always made me think back to there's a guy or a book or something like that. Where are your clients' yachts? And it made me think of John Bogle, who's absolutely the legend of all legends. Think how much money John Bogle has saved the average consumer. I mean, it's insane. John Bogle, Trump should be added to frickin' Mount Rushmore. There should be, get rid of Teddy Roosevelt because he sucks. Who we got? So we got GW, Jefferson, Roosevelt. I'm drawing a blank, the fourth one. Lincoln? All right, whatever. Who the hell's the fourth one? I can't remember. Anyway, but get rid of Teddy Roosevelt because he sucks. Get rid of his freaking cousin, what the hell is FDR? He's not on there, but he sucks. Let's put freaking Bogle and the goat on there, Trump. That's what we should do. Let's get rid of this screw. Don't want to screw in the walkway. Anyway, so John Bogle died with an estate of about $80 million. Now, for you and me, that's huge. Huge. Because, we're not John Bogle. But for John Bogle, and the amount of money he saved Americans, well, even worldwide, well, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I presume, that's nothing. And then you think about the estate of clowns like Larry Fink, the Johnson family from Fidelity. Who's another big one? I don't know who runs State Street, SSGA, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Fidelity. And then, just think about how wealthy those guys are. The hedge funds, freaking Ray Dalio. Has he made anybody ever any money? Yeah, he's made Ray Dalio money, for sure. Compared to John Bogle. It's freaking disgusting. Disgusting. And it just goes back to that book or whatever it was, Where Are the Customers' Yachts? And it always reminds me of that old E-Trade commercial from like the beginning of the internet boom, like late 90s, I think. And they showed, it was E-Trade or maybe Ameritrade, I forgot. Maybe it was Ameritrade. But they showed this broker, this hot wife, his big house, all this. And they said, your broker's living like this, and here you are. A version of the Where's the Customer's Yachts thing. And I think they got sued, Ameritrade or something like that, to take that down because it wasn't true for the vast majority of brokers or something like that. And I said, yeah, because the vast majority of brokers, they sink before they make any money. But this is a fact. But if you're one of the ones who succeed, you're freaking living life. And it just has always kind of pissed me off, dude. I'm sorry, but it does. I'm like, managing money by itself is a loser's game. I'm sorry, it is. Now, if you're doing other stuff, like the boys over at Creative Planning. One of my good friends works at Creative Planning. They're charging a hefty fee. But they do a lot of stuff. I even think they do your tax return. Don't quote me on that. I think they even do your trust documents. Don't quote me on that. But they do a lot of stuff. My understanding. But if they're just managing money for a fee, nah, dude, it's not worth it. It's just not. Now, does that mean you're an idiot if you pay a guy to manage money? No, not at all. Not at all. When I say it's not worth it, I'm saying it relative to the John Bogle model where you just do it yourself. You see what I'm saying? When I say do it yourself, I'm not even talking about managing it. You just put it in the fund, forget about it. If you want to be the simplest you can possibly be. Half in BND, the Vanguard Total Bond Market, half in VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market, and leave well enough alone. You don't need to complicate things. What about rebalancing? Well, I don't think you need to do that. Maybe every 10 years or something like that, but you don't have to do that very often. Certainly not once a year, never mind once a quarter. My goodness. What about? You don't need anything, what about? But don't you know, gold? Don't you know, Bitcoin? Don't you know? Yeah, we're talking about keeping it simple, stupid, so you don't have to pay an outlandish amount of fees. To do something, think of all the fees you're paying for money management. Are you getting any better results for that? The answer, of course, is unequivocally no. You're not. It's impossible. It's literally impossible for the average investor to beat the market when fees are thrown in. It's an impossibility. It's just basic math. Remember yesterday's video, I quoted you from Common Sense on Mutual Fund by the GOAT, not Trump, but the GOAT for investments, Bogle. And he's talked about that. I don't know if it's arithmetic or algebra or just basic math. I don't know what the hell it is. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's it. Whatever that is. Arithmetic. It's just basic arithmetic that the average investor, net of fees, will underperform the market. Now, if you haven't bought into my special, my course, my investment course, I still got for half price in the until August, half price till August, and I talk about why this is the case. You can buy as 50% off. I think the coupon code is 50, just the number 50. Remember, I'm almost positive that's it. Before you buy it, put in the coupon code and make sure it takes it. All right. Don't email me later and say, hey, didn't take my coupon code. Just put the number 50 in there, hit update for coupon code, and make sure it took it. I think that's what it is. I just can't remember off the top of my head because I'm walking, getting up a sweat here in Florida, the Panhandle, trying to keep my tan so I'm looking good for the ladies down here at the beach. I'm gonna go put my swim trunks on, hang out at the beach, show off all my ugly tattoos, and say, "Hey, ladies!" And the ladies will run for cover. Get that guy away from me! Get him away from me! But anyway, so you can't. Investing for a fee is a loser's game. And I say loser, I'm not saying you are a loser. Like, you're freaking got snots hanging from your nose and, you freaking don't know how to zip up your pants or anything like that. I'm saying from a perspective of pure investment performance, you're paying a fee for money management, you will lose relative to the market. It's just basic math. And that's what makes John Bogle the legend of all legends. He died with a net worth of $80 million. Compared to all these scumbags, Warren Buffett, all these guys. Now, Warren Buffett, a little bit different. He's obviously a freaking, look, his dad was a congressman. It wasn't like Warren Buffett was shining shoes in a subway at Grand Central Station and just magically, like freaking Goodwill Hunting, he found the formula for investment. Even John Bogle for that matter. He went to Princeton. He ran with all these same guys. But at least Warren Buffett has brought the wealth for other Berkshire Hathaway investors. I give him credit for that. And frankly, I'm going to take that back about Warren Buffett. He doesn't charge a fee for that in terms of an expense ratio or something like that. I'm sure there's fees for Berkshire Hathaway as part of the employee compensation and whatnot. It's not the same. And Warren Buffett has made money for his investors hand over fist. So I take that back about Warren Buffett. I just don't like the guy. I think he's a media creation to play a role of, he's just an old grandpa. Oh, look at him, he's still eating McDonald's ice cream cones. Isn't that great? Yeah, scumbag. Feeding Planned Parenthood, freaking with your tax-free wealth, freaking nuts. Anyway, so again, you're not a loser. Like if you hire somebody to manage your money, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a losing proposition that you'll do better than a market index. It's just a fact. Now, again, is it worth it? If you're getting services, absolutely. Absolutely. If you're not hearing from your guy, where I had a client the other day said, "Hey, how about the 5-year rule in the Roth?" I forgot what it was. The guy says, "I can't tell you that." I was like, I'm like, what? Huh? It's like, you told your client you can't tell him whatever the hell it is about a Roth. Well, no, the RMD is on inherited IRA. That's what it was. He goes, "No, can't tell you that." I was like, okay, that's good work there, guy. All right. God bless. Love your thoughts.